Hey everyone, how's it going, and welcome back to ROBOTBOY. And in this video we're going to be taking a look at the second pillar of No Man's Sky Beyond, which has been revealed to be virtual reality. Yes, this is actually what's going to happen. This is actually reality, as one might say. So on Monday, a PlayStation live stream happened at around 9 PM GMT, and I literally forgot about it, and at 9:01 I saw the notification pop up on my phone, and I was like, oh, I'll see what it's all about. Let me click on that, see what's going on. I don't know, I'm not too into VR. I've got one, but it kind of died for me a while ago. There isn't anything really on there at the moment that really sells it to me too much, because I don't have the Move controllers. So Beat Saber and stuff like that doesn't really fit. I can't really do anything like that. So I was like, I'll see what it's all about. I literally clicked on it and it opened up, and what do I see? What do I see? I see No Man's Sky on the screen, and I decided to say that I actually heard the music, that very iconic music, the drum beat going, and those synths and the guitar, and I was like, hang on a second, what? And I looked at my phone and I saw, and I was like, oh, a No Man's Sky advert, that's weird. And then I saw the hands floating, and I was like, no way, no way. And I actually just like threw my phone down on the floor, and I was like, surely this can't be like the whole game. Maybe it's just like a demo experience or something. And then yeah, it ended, and well, we now know that the entirety of No Man's Sky will be able to be played in virtual reality, in VR, both on PlayStation and on PC. Coming summer with the No Man's Sky Beyond update, with part 1, which is No Man's Sky Online, and now No Man's Sky VR. So on top of that, Sean released a little note on the nomansky.com website, as per usual with these things. So I thought I'd run through that quickly with you guys, talk about it, and we can just briefly discuss about it, and I'll maybe do another video properly on it next week or whenever, because again, I'm apologizing, this is all over the place with these announcements. But anyway, Sean starts off by saying, hello everyone, we're very excited to be able to tell you more about No Man's Sky Beyond, a major free update coming in summer of 2019 and the next big chapter in our journey. Beyond is the culmination of several different strands of development. Now, we already know that. The first component being No Man's Sky Online was announced a few weeks ago, and true to his word, we did hear something soon. We didn't have to wait like 3 months to hear more updates. It was like, nope, a couple of weeks later, boom, VR. A dramatically updated multiplayer experience means players will be able to explore and play together like never before. Now, he said that before, there's not really any new information there, so nothing really to talk about there. And let's move on to today. We're thrilled to announce the next major component of Beyond, virtual reality. And we finally have this sort of official concept art, cover art for No Man's Sky Beyond, with this new helmet, which someone pointed out on Twitter, that there's some lights at the top there of the helmet, and it does look very different to the current helmet that we have. Not very different, but slightly different. And then the Atlas there reflecting, and some cool colors in the background. Very different colors to what we usually see on the sort of No Man's Sky background for the worlds, like green and blue, as opposed to sort of blue and sort of red and orange colors. So quite a nice different take on it. It makes it stand out, makes it look updated and different, which is cool. Sean moves on to say, as creators of No Man's Sky, we are in love with everything sci-fi, and virtual reality feels like a science fiction become real, and has always seemed like a perfect fit for this futuristic game of ours. It's completely unique to land on a world that no one has ever visited before, and to really feel as if you're there, and the team has worked so hard to make this a true VR experience rather than a port. Again, just Hello Games going that extra mile to not just port it over, not just make it like a cheap implementation, and like I said, not just a demo either, or like a mini experience that you can land on a planet and that's it. No, the entire game is VR now, or will be. Grab the joystick and thruster to fly your starship over an unexplored alien planet as you peer out of the cockpit at the view below. You know what, so the Star Wars Battlefront VR demo that is on PlayStation right now, that for me, I was like, if I played that, and it's a very linear thing. You're in the ship and you fly to a certain place and you look out at the planet, and that's kind of it. And I've always said, imagine No Man's Sky being able to actually look around and then see the planet and fly down to it and then land on it. It would be unreal, and we're actually getting that now. I don't know if you've ever played on the VR headset before. If you haven't, honestly, it's really surreal. In an experience like that where you're flying something, you're in a cockpit, you genuinely feel like you're there. Genuinely amazing. So I can't wait to feel that in No Man's Sky. Sorry, a bit of a digression there, but we're moving on. Reach into your backpack to grab your multi-tool. Yeah, anyway, so we know, yeah, basically play the game in VR. And you can play in VR, and someone can play not in VR, and you can still exist in the same world. So yeah, pretty cool. No Man's Sky Virtual Reality is not a separate mode, but the entire game brought to life in virtual reality. Anything possible No Man's Sky Next or any other update is ready and waiting as an immersive and enriched VR experience. No Man's Sky Virtual Reality, like all the parts of Beyond, will be free to existing players. However, we're excited to announce that the release of Beyond will see an exclusive retail release of the game on PlayStation 4. This physical edition will come with the base game, VR support, and every update so far, including Beyond. So if you have the game already, you'll get the update too. If you buy the game when Beyond comes out, you'll basically get a new copy of it. I imagine it will be with that artwork, the new artwork on it, instead of the sort of current artwork, which is different to the Xbox artwork. I think the PS4 No Man's Sky artwork is still the original one, and then the Xbox one is different, and then Beyond is probably going to be the new updated one for PS4, which is pretty cool. No Man's Sky Virtual Reality will bring the experience to PlayStation VR and Steam VR, and will be released simultaneously on both platforms. By bringing full VR support for free to the millions of players already playing the game, No Man's Sky will become perhaps the most owned VR title when released. And he's not selling himself short there, that has potential to be true. And this amazes us and is utterly humbling. The team is working so hard to live up to the expectations that creates. We're excited for that moment when millions of players will suddenly update and be able to set foot on their home planets and explore the intricate bases they built in virtual reality for the first time. There's a third major feature set that we'll be talking more about when we can, which at this rate might be in a few weeks. We don't know. But this is enough amazing news already, and this is an exciting time. Thank you so much for being with us on this most ambitious chapter of No Man's Sky, Sean. So I want to just summarize a few of the points there and sort of share my final thoughts on it before this video ends up being too long. So the entirety of No Man's Sky will be VR compatible, and this will be one of the most fully fledged VR games of all time, as well as being the most owned VR title. It's, you know, there are only a certain amount of games out there, handful even, that allow you to play the full game just normally and with VR. The most prominent one to me that stands out is Resident Evil 7, and aside from that, not really anything massive on this scale that's allowed you to play the game just normally and in VR. As I say, the scale of this game is insane. This is maybe one of the first open world games that's completely VR, at least, and not only open world, but this is open universe everywhere. Now, bear in mind, I want to set expectations here. The screenshots we've seen, the video that we saw, might not be how it looks on PS4. I think the graphics will be downgraded slightly, not downgraded, but it's just nothing renders out on PSVR like this unless we see a new VR headset for PS4 released later this year, which I actually think might happen. So that could be a potential, and then it might even be wireless as well, I've heard some rumors about, and I think if that happens, coinciding with No Man's Sky VR, I reckon they're going to sell a lot of VR headsets, which is awesome. As I say, I have the headset, I don't have the Move controllers, but I reckon just being able to be in that headset alone is going to be amazing. Now, for a lot of people, this means absolutely nothing to you, because not a lot of people have VR headsets or just have an Xbox, so can't even get the headset if they wanted to, because there's nothing to really attach to it. But for the people who have it, and people who were maybe thinking about getting it, and it probably will now because of this is absolutely insane. I genuinely will dust off my VR headset and get back into it. And another thing I want to talk about is just the excitement that this has created in me. Not that I've not cared about No Man's Sky, but, you know, coupled with not making videos because I've been too busy, I also just kind of, for me, done No Man's Sky to its extent. For me personally, I've got sort of what I wanted out of it a few months ago now. I haven't really played it in that long, in all honesty. So this being, you know, Beyond was announced and the multiplayer was there, and I was like, that's cool, but, you know, is it going to get me back playing it properly? This is going to feel like getting a new game. When the Beyond update drops and I put that headset on and I play No Man's Sky, it's going to feel like playing a brand new game. And that magical feeling I had in 2016 when the game released, of being able to visit anywhere in the universe and explore it, it's now that, but on a completely other level. I'm actually going to be able to go there and walk around and see everything and live in the world and walk around my base, like properly walk around it, stand on the edge of my frigate and look out into the abyss of nothingness that is space. Fly around in my starship, just floating around in space, looking around, just seeing the vastness of it. Really, I think the sense of scale will really be enhanced with VR in No Man's Sky. This is a massive step for the game. So exciting, and this is just number 2. There's a third thing to come, which is super exciting, and I can't wait to find out what that is. For me, this alone is worth an update on its own. I would have just taken this, but the fact we're getting more online support and something else is just bonus. So thank you so much for watching. Again, another update. I keep having to update you on the channel. Actually, no, I'll do that as a separate video. But yeah, don't worry, No Man's Sky content and content on this channel in general isn't going away. I will keep filling you in as best I can when I can, and hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be able to actually get back on this a bit better, which is really exciting. So for now, thank you so much for watching, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you were interested in getting VR, has this been a deal maker for you? Will you go and get one now? If you weren't interested in VR, has this also made you interested in it? Would you think about getting a system purely for No Man's Sky? Or does this mean absolutely nothing to you? You know, well, does this really not matter? Or do you think it's still great either way? Yeah, let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to help the channel out, please subscribe and give the video a like, all that jazz. That always goes a long way in helping support me and the channel. And with that, I'll see you all in the next video.